Welcome back. I've discussed world building from some of my favourite authors in the past. Now it's my turn. I'd like to read you a snippet of my book, and I'd love to have your comments. Turf. His thoughts centred on the subdued solstice celebrations that neared, and particularly the lack of any eligible girls in the village. Dancing with a matron, or young one, was just not the same. He was waiting for his younger cousin Bren, who should have arrived by now. Bren was easily distracted by a covey of grouse or a deer sighting and was well known for his short attention span. Perrin worried. He dare not be late for roll call. The bloody-minded Brocken sergeant may just take it upon himself to make his life even more miserable. Perrin looked over the valley and let his eyes wander the almost circular rim of the old volcano crater. The steep walls of the remnant created a perfect barrier to keep sheep and goats safe and secure. The swaying green grasses provided the stock with rich summer grazing. The valley's bounty was nourished by the volcanic soil and plenty of summer rains. Behind him, the slope rose and connected the valley to the range of ancient mountains that reached with grandeur to snowy heights. The sun was falling towards the peak of the valley's rim. Soon the goats and sheep under Perrin's charge would head for the safety of the pens. The early shadow of twilight in the valley would fool them into thinking night was falling. Perrin knew that on the western side of the valley walls the village would still have sunlight, and was looking forward to a decent dinner and a jack or two of ale after compulsory basic drill. The sound of a local ballad echoed off the hills announcing Bren's arrival. Perrin collected his bedroll, hat, staff, and the very precious axe, and bounded straight down the slope to meet him. They met as Bren came through the small pass that hid the valley well above the small village of Hightop. "Bren, where have you been?" Perrin asked. "You know I have to be in the square before the bells have rung." Perrin loved his cousin, as did most in the village, but it was always a gamble on whether he would be punctual or pay attention to detail. The boy would reach manhood at the next solstice, but he was still considered just a lad by all in the village. Hightop nestled in the elm, oak and ash forests of the foothills in the shadow of the imposing Red Range Mountains. Although only 4 or 5 suns' travel from the capital of the Duchy of Sudham,